What's up, guys? It's your boy MD here, freaking around with the angles on this tripod on the jigger finger, because every time I try to make a video and I'm over here on this side, right? In order to get that up angle, I need to be here on the visor against this. And that makes it so it's really unclear if I'm trying to get an angle at this, and it has to be turned. And it's like I'm taking up most of the video. And I know, I like attention just as much as the next guy. But I'm trying not to have me in it as much, so just kind of messing with it. It's really hard to get an angle right here on this corner that looks good without having me in it. So that said, I'm trying not to be in the video so much, not see my abs so much. Maybe this way you'll see my arm a little bit, maybe my t-shirt. I don't know, whatever you want to do. So guys, these are my spawn bags I'm inoculating today. I'm going to show you guys how to inoculate grain bags in front of your flow hood with agar. I love agar. How I inoculate in front of the flow hood with your grain, obviously you can't have injection ports. You've got to keep it open from the beginning. So what I do, this sat in here overnight, fresh off the stove, this pressure cooker. Okay, I've had this thing for like 9 years, 8 years or something. Crazy, huh? It's never failed. Replace gaskets and different things a lot, but yeah, that's it. Just barely unloaded these right here in front of my hood, so you know they're still sterile. That's what you want. You want everything clean, right? So since I started vending and doing the colonized grain thing, I switched to liquid culture for the first time in my life. Before that, I used agar or slurry. Slurry's a liquid culture technically, but man, it doesn't give you near as many problems because it's right there on the spot. You're inoculating it with grain that you know is not contaminated. And I use grain for my slurries. I call it slurry cane. I should show that tech soon, because if you're growing commercial, you're trying to do a large amount or just trying to save time, I have a tech for you guys that will blow your freaking mind. So I could already inoculated all these if I was doing slurry cane. But I only do slurry cane if I'm doing a shitload of the same strain, which these are all TTVVI, but still not enough to do a slurry cane. Most of these are TTVVI. I have no TTVVI on hand, guys. You guys buy it all, so thank you. That's awesome of you. Thank you for thinking of me and my awesome TTVVI that's better than anybody's. Just kidding. I don't know. It might be. I get good reviews, that's all I know. Yeah, so I'm constantly inoculating TTVVI. And one of the reasons, though, that I didn't use agar since I started vending is because all the agar I would have to go through. But it turns out, man, it's actually worth it to just do a few extra plates a week. Count on them for agar. A lot of them will just stack up because I won't even inoculate that strain that week. Yeah, it just works out. And the majority of what I'm inoculating is pan-cyan anyway, so it's pretty easy. What was I was going to say something. You guys don't know. I'm always going to say something and I freaking forget. So, whatever. If I forget everything, forgive me. Let's just get this angle right here. Yeah, she's a beautiful girl. Liquid culture is a pain in the ass, guys. There's sometimes where the liquid culture and your mycelium in there is so beautiful and it's so perfect. You've never seen more beautiful mycelium in your life. Beware of that shit because it's something else. It's a mold. I'm not sure if it's a type of trike or asparagus or penicillin or one of the other green ones. Everybody calls it trike. There's trike everywhere, but all the other ones are everywhere too. But you just never know. You know, you could test it on agar and it will come back clean. 2 weeks later, something that was in there just decides to show her teeth and sporulate all over. You know, these molds I feel like are smart when they're dealing with us myco people and when they live with us for a while. They get to know our ways. I know that there's certain green molds that will not sporulate until they have enough oxygen. So after your tub is colonized, it's like crazy, right? And then, I mean, I think that there's phases. I'm not sure. I haven't really studied mold too much, but obviously there's a growth phase where they're eating. I don't know if they're eating a lot because I've seen where tubs or grows where you have green before the first flush is even done, and then your mycelium will seemingly eat it. Obviously it's not. It's just swallowing spores. Maybe it kills some of them. I don't know. But those spores, or the actual mold that you can't see that's inside of there, doesn't seem to be hurting the mycelium. It's almost like it's not eating the mycelium yet. Like it's eating some of the grain too, and then it's waiting for the mycelium to get nice and fat. Like they're smart, right? And another thing, guys, that is about green mold and penicillin and different things, Aspergillus. You think that they're reproducing mainly through those green spores. You think that when you open the tub and all those green spores go everywhere, that's you smell it too, they're nasty, right? People think that that's how they're reproducing. And true, those things get everywhere and they stick to everything, and they can make it can give you a lot of problems, okay? Some people disagree. I disagree. Go to a dirty, filthy house and try to grow mushrooms. It's not happening. I don't care how good you are. Also, the viability of the spores, so that means how fresh they are. Just like our mushroom spores, if we have year-old mushroom spores, or spores that are even years old, it's not that easy to germinate or that fast, right? A lot of the mold spores that are on the earth probably been here for many years. That's why sometimes you'll see the plate contaminate well after it's even been colonized. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But my point was, the main way they reproduce, you can't even see, because they reproduce vegetatively. So it's called mycelial fragmentation, where the actual mold is just shredding itself all the time and you can't even see it, and it's everywhere. So the majority of the way these molds reproduce isn't even through spore. If you have trichoderma and you haven't even noticed that it's in your tub, but it's in there hiding and eating, you know, the pearly stuff that's eventually going to turn green, that shit is already everywhere. So keep your tubs closed. Don't ever open your tubs. So ever open your tubs again. Just keep them closed. There's no point. Just let them eat the mushrooms. You're not going to eat them anymore, because if you open it, you're screwed. You're never going to be able to grow and eat mushrooms again. So, yeah, it makes perfect sense. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. I'm sorry, man. It's been a long night. Had a long night. A little bit tired, but let's get going with it. Let's get going with it. All right, guys. So these are my 1.5 pounders. Those are what I do my pants I am in. And those of you who signed up for the grow along, you're gonna be getting one of these fully colonized. The young guy is what it's called. That's where it's from. The new pan species that's freaking, not species, subspecies that's huge and fucking blue and crazy. And thank God for Australia and its crazy evolution, because I've never seen some shit like that. Even like the U.S. just doesn't have cool shit like that, you know? We just don't got good shit. It's like, hey, look at this Texas cube. Even the cubes in other countries, or other continents, are just like, whoa! You're like, yeah, look at this little shitter. Look at it, look at it. That's my Shakti Jack Frost. I haven't officially thought of a name yet, but I was calling it Jack D, and I realized, you know, Yoshi has one called Jack D already, so. But this comes from Shakti, goddammit. Like Malabar. Why don't we have a Malabar cubensi from the U.S. just to like represent, you know what I mean? Like from Utah, where they don't even grow. There's like no mushrooms. I mean, I'm on YouTube now, guys. Sorry. We gotta keep it clean. They even grow here, really. Edible, non-edible. They just don't grow very, very well. It's one of the driest places on the planet, so that makes sense, right? Now this bag, this is for El Pistola, the homie from the BDG Discord. You guys probably know the homie. And I grew out this Shakti Jack Frost for him because he bought a bag, 10-pound kit. That's why we got a big old 5-pound bag. We're going to inoculate right now. But first, will you allow me to take some transfers from this beautiful plate? Of course, man, guys, of course. Oh my god, I'm going to run out of freaking time right now. This is so lame, guys. It's so fucking lame. I gotta delete a bunch of shit out of my phone. Anyways, I will still, you guys aren't even gonna notice that any time's passed. It's probably gonna be like a week later, so whatever. Much love. For me, it would be a week later. For you, it'll be like a second. So I'm gonna go and clean up some space on my whatever it's called phone, and you won't even know that I was gone. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, you thought that I was gone for 1 second, but I was gone for like 10 minutes. So back at it again. Yo, Moon Daddy, back like an ass. I'm back like an ass, homies. It's true. What am I doing? I don't feel that sucker up. All right. So, like I was saying, Jackie for Pistola. Let's see if he even watches the YouTube videos, because if he does, he's gonna hit me up and be like, "Yo, dude, you said my name." I'm like, "Yeah." I doubt he does. He's supposed to. He should be. He gets a lot of information from the BDG Discord, though. So he's a member of the BDG, and I am the leader of the Big Dick Gang myself. So I know a little bit about that. You guys aren't in the Discord, drop me a message in the video and let me know, and I'll give you a link. The links only last 24 hours. They expire after 24 hours. So if you see one that's fresh, click on it while you can. Saves me a headache, but I try to have one copied and pasted to my clipboard every day. Man, my phone takes up so much of my time, guys. Okay. That's it. Let's kick this bad boy a couple tree ants first. I might have some agar somewhere. I know I've got some agar somewhere. Let's see. I know I've got some. Alright guys, found a couple of plates. What's really cool about these plates though is they've been used before. And I cleaned them. I wish that I know that I have some fresh ones somewhere. Like, despite, being able to reuse stuff, I always like a fresh plate still. It's just, it's just different. It feels better. It feels better in your hand for some reason. Probably because it doesn't have scratches all on the bottom of it. But it is good. There's a lot of plastic in the world and we're damaging it. And I definitely would not give a customer an old plate. So I go through a box of those things about a week, which is 100 plates. So isn't it crazy, guys? Sorry for not getting right to the video, but when I look at this, it's like I feel like a kid on Christmas. Is that weird? Let me know if that's weird. Also, guys, let me know if you guys let me know if you guys would be down to do like a weekly Q&A or something. Leave a comment and let me know. I already do that for the Discord on Sundays. Usually it's on Sunday. Sometimes the week's too busy and I take it off and then do it the next day or something. I also have my multi-method mating course. It's going to rotate between Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then the grow along coming up, and then I'm going to be doing another grow along for the Australian people for their wild cubes that they found. What the Fungi and Spore Exchange. Shout out to those homies. Those are some real ones right there. They asked me to. The other people who gave me the Spore Exchange gave me the culture for the Pansayan we're doing for the grow along, and then both of them came to me and asked me if I would do the cube bag, the wild cube bag grow along, which is fucking awesome. Honored. They were my students in the first multi-method mating course, so they know what's good. You know what I mean? They understand the pros and the benefits from the knowledge that you're really. And you guys ever decide to take a class? I don't mess around. I get you guys tuned up. By the time you're done, you're literally like at the top of the. You're basically at the pinnacle of cultivation. Like the world is your oyster once you're finished with one of my classes. I'll tell you that. And I'm not even trying to sell it. Like they sell themselves, but if you ever want to take it serious and really learn like everything, hit me up. We'll get you signed up. And they'll get you access to also the multi-method mating course Discord that's full of nothing but good shit in there. Like that thing's a smorgasbord of information that we've all put our heads together with every class and figured things out that are really cool. Done a lot of research, you know, just through talking and chatting and figuring shit out. It's dedicated purely to research and the multi-method mating course. So, which is, I don't do the multi-method thing anymore. I pretty much am just doing monocaryotization. I'll teach you how to grab a haploid from a spore. Obviously, I'm not going to do serial dilution. It's self-explanatory. Once you're grabbing mons through monocaryotization, the way that I've discovered how to do, you're not even going to care about anything else because you realize I'm getting the genetics for breeding that people will pay up to $3,000 for, and half the time it fails when people try with, you know, using big crazy lab where you strip the cell walls off and you have only 2 protoplasts left from the dikaryon that's now 2 mons protoplast. You got to put them in some crazy solution to let hopefully restore and grow its cell wall back, and then you have boom symmetrical recovery, which means this monokaryon that made that isolation and this monokaryon that made that isolation. This isolation with these 2 mons combined, or these 2 spores combined, was the truth when you isolated it. It was bomb. It's like that Louis Vuitton that everybody's jealous of, that you don't even want, you know, just, that's just an example, right? Because you worked it, or you got it from somebody who worked it. It's just like, boom, throwing pounds at your face every time you grow it, right? If you could get that, one of those monokaryons and breed with them, well, you've got a champion racehorse, right? But check it out. What if you had a champion racehorse and you were breeding it to a champion racehorse from this other strain? Every time, what are you getting? You're getting champion racehorses. You are a freaking gangster at that point. No one can mess with you. Your F-Zeros look so tailored and perfect that it's like people's jaws drop. My mom, she doesn't like this shit. She doesn't do these things. She's like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Like that's you know, it's a sight to see. So that's what I teach you. I teach you how to gain symmetrical recovery without the use of a microscope. I can prove 100%. We go through it. I'm not selling anything. This just came up, guys. You know me, I just like to talk. But since I started, I got to finish. You don't need a microscope to verify anything. In fact, I go as far as to say a microscope is a weak way to verify anything. I think that it's a great way to assume that you have a haploid or monokaryon, but I've seen it way too many times where you think you're doing it, you're 100% positive, but then it's not. It ends up turning into a dikaryon and pinning all over your plate when you didn't need it to. You needed it to do something else, right? I say the best way to verify is see if it works. If it works, if it's doing what it's supposed to do, guess what? It's a haploid. So it's like there's that right there, like, come on guys, come on. Anyways, there's probably somebody who's in the community who thinks that they know better and they're just gawking right now, like, oh my God, I was taught this and that's the way it has to be, and I went to school or whatever, whoever it is. It's like, well, you know, you guys also thought that you needed a giant lab-grade blender and all this crazy shit to charge people $2,000 to gain symmetrical recovery when you don't. All you need is some water. So that said, you don't need a microscope. I'll debate anybody on that. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying. The community would do so much better with 100% truth. So if everybody was honest. Not honest, but just not so stubborn. You know, you got to remember, it's hard to change somebody's mind. That's the hardest thing I think to do in life, is to get somebody to agree with you when they already disagree. Like trying to change somebody's mind into thinking the way you think. I can barely change my own mind. And I'm really not that stubborn. I can be stubborn, but I'm not the most stubborn person. Why would I expect to ever be able to change somebody else's mind? And I need to remember that when people attack me, or, you know, I'm a loud, outspoken, wild child. I get it, you know. And a lot of people who are in this, you know, they're very to themselves, or they don't like things out of order. When I mean, honestly, guys, I am chaos. Okay, I am disorder. It's whatever. It's the way I am. But a lot of people who are really smart are doing what we're doing, and a lot of really smart people don't necessarily like a loudmouth who seems stupid, right? So they're just going to assume I'm stupid, they're going to talk shit, but I need to remember I'm not going to change their minds. What I'm doing. So that said, also Pussycat was going with Pistola's order. He wanted Space Hound. I don't think that I'm giving you Pussycat, bro. giving you pussycat. Just because of how this is performing on the plate. And this is actually panking, so yeah, that's not the one I want. This is pussycat. Grows beautiful mycelium. So guys, I've got a bunch of cool strains coming out that I'm working on right now. I want to get them dropped here beginning of next month, end of this month. Some of them at least. So I've got number one, I've got Space Hound. Okay, this is the astral body of Hellhound. Space Hound is snake crossed with Hellhound. Now you don't fucking mess with that. That's Space Hound. That's some wild shit, okay? And then we've got Hellhound crossed with Leucistic Machina. That is God Dog. And then we've got Dick Dog's nemesis, Pussycat. Pussycat is Steel Magnolia, Leucistic Steel Magnolia, crossed with Starry Night 8. And then we've got Canis Pantera, which is Leucistic Steel Magnolia, crossed with Leucistic Machina. And then we've got my Cuttlefish crossed with Leucistic Swamp Ghost. That is Goblin Shark. And then we've got Indian Graveyard crossed with Cuttlefish. I haven't named it yet. I've got Indian Graveyard crossed with Black 8. I've got everything crossed with freaking everything. I'm going to start releasing some cool shit, guys. Some really cool shit. You know me, I like my everything to be different. Yeah, but this is all relative to the story of Hellhound. It's actually a comic book that I've written in my mind for a long time before I even ever talked to you guys. The story of Hellhound, and I'm just creating the characters right now, and maybe someday there'll be something that comes from it. But just so you guys know, that's a fun fact. That's where all the crazy names come from. Dogfish is going to be available as well. A lot of you already have Dogfish, but it's going to be listed. Enough of that, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get this going. We'll stop dragging our feet. Guys, always, I do at least, put hydrogen peroxide in there into the lid. You should see that water beading in there. Ooh yeah, got her good. All right. Where's the scalpel? Right there, she lays. Okay, where is the flame? I have a induction. Oh, I should have hooked that up today. I still can right now, I guess. But you know what? I actually like using something else for inoculating my grain, which is something I haven't talked about yet, but let me see. Yep, we got it, guys. We got the old, I love this thing for grain. It just allows you to scoop it better and handle the agar better. Little switchblade action right there for you guys. I didn't know about that. But I'm not using it for transfer, so. Got that scalpel for that. Make sure your hands are clean, guys. Stay on this torch as well. You guys, I got a different angle now. It's a little bit difficult for me to get a perfect angle. I'll figure it out, but... Oh yeah, I've already talked about this. Never mind. I was thinking that I started over, but I didn't. I stopped the middle of it because I ran out of space. I still have that video that talks about what I was just going to talk about. And that is the angles in which I recorded from. Very first thing I talked about. Make sure you're always good and sterile. Anyways, I'm gonna pull that down right there. Come right here. You want your plates to look good? You want your mycelium to grow good on your plates? Number one, get your recipe down. I've got actually a video that I'm going to be uploading where I show proper tech for pouring plates in front of your flow hood, how to work in front of your flow hood properly. And I give my agar recipe at the end and explain why you use certain things for certain agars, how you make your plates beautiful, why they're doing what they do, and how to make them do what you want them to do, which is not going to affect the way it grows inside of the tub. Okay guys, let me tell you, a lot of people think that, oh, it's throwing ropes now, that means it's good. No, it was good before. If we put on grain, it's going to do the same thing. The only reason it wasn't throwing ropes yet is because it was learning where it was at, or it was too full, or it was tired, and it was not filling too great, and it's basically slowing down because it can't move so fast, because it's losing energy and dying, okay? So, another sterilization. I was kind of talking, I don't know where my scalpel went, but guys, the way you can make your agar look with your mycelium look on agar, there's no way to tell how it's going to perform or what it's going to do until you run it. And doing certain things during the agar phase may, right, like, because it can carry on some of those nutrients in a very small way, because agar is really small. Some of these erythritol guys are saying something, I think, which is possible, but it'd just be better to have it in with the sub. Honest, like, duh. I don't think that it's going to take anything from the agar, colonize the grain, and then make your fruits better on sub. In fact, yeah, bullshit. It's just cool. It looks nice. If you can get a really ropey culture, you know that it's going to be really rhizomorphic in your tub, which generally correlates to a better fruiting isolation. But at the same time, guys, and a lot of people will tell you this, my best isolations are temitose. I'm not saying that there's no truth in the rhizomorphic stuff, but once it hits grain, it's a different story. Once it hits grain, it knows what it's going to do and how the morphology that it needs to take on to eat and quickly digest that grain that you've inoculated it to. It's going to do the same thing every time. And then it's going to grow into big canopies every time. Where's my thing? Found it. There we go. What you doing there, hellhound? You in trouble where you're not supposed to be, huh? Come here, bud. Come on. Say hi. Come on, jump up here. Oh, yeah. Come on, come right in. Say that. Oh, yeah, there he is. I wonder if they can see it. Here, let me see. I don't think they could. Hey, back down, back down, back down, hellhound. It's a mess. I'm not showing you before. Guys, it's a mess in here. Doesn't mean that it's dirty in here. It means it gets messy when I work, all right? So if you end up seeing the floor, those are all wrappers, I'm aware. 2 syringe needles. Oh, hellhound. Hellhound, huh? What's up, bro? Beautiful dog, huh? You a big boy? Yes, he is. Oh, just a fat little baby. It's not that, but Jesus Christ, don't jump on me like that. Alright, so where am I? Right here. Okay, so we're going to get to inoculate now, guys. Since I write these down, we can start. Let's have a look-see at first, just the sheer beauty of that mycelium, guys. Yeah, Pussycat is pinning hard on the plate. She wants to reproduce. She's so hot. Dick Dog's nemesis, guys. Okay. The Pussycat's going to go in a 2.5 pound bag. Which there is one in this whole bag. So let me dig her out. Oops. I didn't mess up anything too much. Cool. Still good. Gosh, it's the last one, of course, right? Jeez, guys. The only sharp things laying around when you're doing bags up here, guys. You'll poke it and you'll be like, oh, it's doing great, and then boom, not so great. You weren't doing great, were you? You thought you was, but you weren't paying attention. So, don't leave sharp things up here unless they're, of course, folded, right? I don't know how many times I've had a scalpel on my workspace bench and accidentally stabbed a hole in a bag, so that's the only reason I say that. Trying to help, you know. Alright, so maybe we get right up closer even. That might be a good angle, huh? Jeez. Guess you see how dumb this freaking tripod arm looks right now. But it landed in a good spot, even though we can see it. See if we can't maneuver through that. I think that we can. I think that's maneuverability, guys. I think we just did something cool. Oh, I still see the arm. Dang it. But we did something even better. Check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out. That's a pretty cool angle. I'm not mad at that angle. There's the bag we're inoculating. Cool. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this because it's in the way. We got a stack of plates there. Going to come right here. And I would make transfers, but I've got so many guys of this Pussycat already. I always get paranoid when I drop a new strain or when I'm working with one. I make way too many. It always ends up being a good idea because they go really fast. But I just get scared because I've had stuff where I've made it and it was successful. I was so excited about it, then you lose it and then it's gone. You didn't back it up properly. Make sure your stuff's properly backed up, guys, if you plan on keeping it. Put some in some cold water storage. Do something. So, finally, I know I like jump on here because I'm lonely, obviously. I jump on here because I like to talk. And I like to talk about my favorite thing, which is these. And hopefully it will benefit me in my bank soon enough. If you guys press that like button and get me in the algorithm. So go ahead and do that, guys, if you haven't already, okay? Because I am trying to get, I mean, eventually I'm going to be monetized here soon, I think anyways, but the rate that my channel's going, but if you guys really took the initiative and, you know, if you recognize that you can see value in what I'm doing, I would love it if you could hit the like button, even subscribe. I know a lot of you are subscribed, but yeah, I'm trying to get paid just teaching. Obviously, that would be awesome, right? But still got to work. When you're going to teach this stuff, you still got to work. So, hydro peroxide, guys, up here, all in here. This bag just came out of the pressure cooker. It's a big one that was sat for a while, so I'll make sure I get that extra juicy and good. So, this is how I go, how I do it. I'm gonna go like this. And And then I bring this vial holder, laboratory vial holder, right back over here, and I use it to put this plate lid. You guys see that? Everything's visible and good. Cool. And now it's time to bust out the old switchblade. Spray the handle down with hydrogen peroxide. That Damascus steel, was that Damascus? My dad got this for me for Christmas. It's really sweet of him. The Kershaw knife. Kershaw's nice. Really nice knife. I really dig it. I really dig the style of the butcher knife. Switchblade. People are like, oh look, you can carve up some summer sausage. Oh, I'm like, nah, carve something else up. Not effa. Mess with me, man. They don't make switchblade butcher knives for only sausage. Even though I have used it for summer sausage. And I will continue to do so because I'm not that kind of guy. It just looks cool. Just picking things out of fuel already. Go ahead. Fill it back up with fuel. Let's see. There we go. That's how you do it. You want that sucker hot. This thing's great for inoculating, I'll tell you. Seriously, it is. We'll see. You'll see, man. You'll see right now. That thing's hotter than a two-pecker billy goat right now. Do not touch it. You come right here. Like this, guys. Try to hold it towards you, I guess. Cool. So that's cut. We'll set this down. Come right here. What do we do? Make sure we're open. You come right here. Good, I gotta sterilize this again. Come right here. I'm actually going to inoculate with the whole plate. I'm going to do one of these smaller bags. I want to do a grow of it, obviously. Everybody gets to grow my shit out before I do. And it's not supposed to even be grown out until I release it. But I'm too nice to some of my friends, so. Too nice to all my friends. You guys heard. We'll just keep that in there. Try to avoid the filter if you can. Like so. Like that. You want a good one like that, yeah. There we go. So guys, when I'm doing that, you'll notice that the bag, the mouth of it is facing this way. The reason for that, because if I'm opening it up in front of this blow hood, and I'm aimed this way, and my hand goes in front of there, any particulates, any particles that are on my hand, I guarantee you they're not sterile by any means. They're sanitized. There's lots of shit going on. Even my skin. Anything blows in there, which it will if you hold anything in front of this with this open, this is going to contaminate. Okay? That's why I held it back like this. Think smart. Always work behind your stuff when you're in front of your flow hood. I will be posting that flow hood technique video as well soon. There's that. We'll do this 5-pounder and then a 1.5 pounder, and I'll let you guys go. But I mean, who knows what good conversation could come up in between now and then, right? I need to go live and do this stuff. Let me hope you guys will watch, because I'd like to answer questions as I go, you know? You guys, honestly, when I think about bags, there's a damn good chance that there is contamination in this. But it's up here at the top where it's folded now. And we're gonna seal it below that. It hasn't had a chance to make it anywhere now. When you fold it a few times like this, guys, my own personal that I keep at home, I don't even seal. I leave it like this. If I was to fill this up with air and push on that, it's gonna pop that clip off, because it does have pressure. There's nothing really going in or out through those folds. So now I got some nice inoculation points in there. That agar. Shake it up. Shake it up. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, shake it up. You guys know about the cards. It's good tunes right there. Alright, so this was a push. Pussycat. Pistola. Now what do we got? Oh yeah, now we got, I was going to do one of these. So, we'll come right along. Try to avoid this. Perfect. You put some in front of it, that's cool too. Cool. Kind of help hold it up, right? Sterilizing that old shank, that old butcher shank. Exciting stuff, guys. This is exciting stuff. Cool. One right here, like we did before. Just scoop some of that up, guys. Slice it and dice it a little bit better, maybe. Really nice ketchup cups. I should get some ketchup cups for inoculation actually. Dang, Tony, good idea. We get back to the just pop them right in. Ketchup cups are the best for this shit. That's enough. Notice when I flip that back, I even tilted it this way. Pay attention to your surroundings when you're doing this stuff, guys. Flow hood is not a magic wand. By any means, it's a tool, and it's only as good as the person operating it. It's like an instrument, like a guitar, right? Think about somebody who's no good at guitar playing a way nice guitar, and somebody way good at guitar playing a way shitty guitar. Who sounds better? Exactly. The guy who can't play good playing the expensive guitar. Everybody knows that. Because if you get a flow hood, it's going to fix all your problems. You're going to find a woman. She's going to be hot as F. You're going to have kids. You never see a drop of contamination again in your life, all because you bought a flow hood. And you could go ahead and do your gymnastics and sweat all over everything while you work now. Because the flow hood has your back, right? Right. So I'm going to fold these up. I'm actually going to go grab my impulse sealer. It should be down here right now, but it's not. Show you guys how that works. You won't even know that I was gone. Let's go. Get some bacon. Get some chicken. Look at hungry. I need some meat. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, now we're doing the Shocky Jack Frost. Chicken blade. Now guys, that pin that you see on there, that was actually a clone that I transferred. I think that I was live when I said, if you transfer your pin just right, it'll keep growing. That's great because I definitely want spores from this. So I'm not going to put that in the bag, even though you could. It would be great, it would run great, but you get some spores from it. So I'll leave a piece of that agar in there intact. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. I don't care. Go ahead and try it. Try to stop me, guys. You're getting spores from it. It does sound like fun. I know just dropping it in there, but it's not happening. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Okay? Right there. That's how I like it, right there. Normally I could get it like that every time to where it's just easy. I've been looking awkward, but this is how it's supposed to look. And I haven't done agar in bags, but I think twice since I restarted using agar. And it's been like 2 years, so excuse my clumsiness, okay? And also people are watching me. You guys don't even know what that's like, so leave me alone. Touch the outside of that lip, even though it's probably clean, I'm just gonna double check. Always guys, if you think that you might have touched something, stop what you're doing. Restart. Reset. One thing I can tell you is you'll never regret resetting, but you will regret not resetting. I'll show you the easiest way is like this, guys, just to have it to where it stays open. And that comes down to a lot of how they're folded when you pressure cook them. I didn't do these bags, or else it would have been much different. But this works. Definitely not a bad job, so I'm not to blame. Touch that bag. There's restart real quick, right? Do a quick over. Using more agar on this 5-pound bag than the other ones, obviously, because it needs more to go the same speed as the other ones. So I inoculated with less agar. And obviously you want to get it to your customer as fast as possible. But that's nearly impossible all the time. So, sorry guys, I can't always just give them to you right away, but trust that I'm doing the best I can as fast as I can. Trust. Any contamination that's blowing by this, guys, is not going in there. There's a current coming this way. So important to always keep that in your mind. Alright guys, so we got Pistola's stuff all inoculated. I need some more space to get these going, so what I gotta do is I gotta bust out the impulse sealer, and that's part of the lesson today. You guys, there's one way to do this. This is very important. It's the simplest thing in the world because so many people mess this up and they don't ever get it right. I know because I used to make this mistake. People come to me all the time still. Man, my bags keep contaminating. Guys, first thing, rule number one is turn your thing all the way up. I don't care if you've tried it before and it melted, sliced your bag right in half and you wasted a bunch of grain. I don't care. Listen to me. Turn it all the way up. It needs to be all the way up. What you'll do as I say, just like this. I don't care if you got a super nice impulse sealer. Mine's pretty powerful, mine's pretty nice. So it gets pretty hot. That doesn't matter though. If you're damaging your bag, you're doing it wrong. I'll show you what you're doing wrong. So a lot of people is what they do because they're afraid to do that, turn it all the way up, is I turn it all the way down and it looks like it's sealed. But it just kind of is like ironed together. It looks like it's sealed. It'll act like it's sealed for a while. But as you do your bacon shake and stuff, it's going to contaminate. Okay? So, number one, all the way up. Okay? All the way up. I don't care. Hold it down. See, a lot of you already would have let your hand up. That's where you messed up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You count to 5. And then, so first off, you're going to feel it buzz. You're going to hear it buzz. And then it's going to stop as you go. If you can't hear it, you can feel it with your hand. Then you go like this. The first one, you let up with your hand. That's the little black thing on top of the actual sealer. And then number 2, let the whole arm with the sealer on it up. So 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, count to 5. Then 1, you let the handle thing up, this thing, you'll hear a click and you'll feel it from here, right? And then after that's up, it'll still be connected, but it doesn't have so much pressure. Then you slowly let that up. And what that does, guys, is that gives you only need one. A perfect seal every time. Perfect seal every time. When I'd made the mistake before, when I first started messing with one of these, is it just wasn't I thought it was, but then one day after I got sick of seeing all the green, I went and examined my bags, and I pulled on it right here, and where it's gusseted, guys, it came right apart. There was no seal at all. It just looked like it kind of melted the outside of the bag and creased it together, but it wasn't sealed. And it cost me a lot of gross for that. And I see people do that to this day all the time until I'm like, yo, turn it all the way up. Fixes the problem right away. Every time, guys. Look at that beautiful bag. Beautiful Shocky Jack crossbow with a bright orange MD agar. You know you love that agar, baby. You know you love that bright orange moon daddy agar, baby. Yee. Yee hee. Here, marker. Pistola. If he doesn't ever watch this, it's always going to be awkward between me and him. He's not going to ever know why it got so awkward. I'm going to say, dude, it's just awkward between us now. He'll say, why? I said, I can't tell you. I'm not going to tell him either. Guys, don't let me tell him. Okay? Someone's going to tell him. Thank you. Don't let it be awkward. Just tell him. I can't piss me off right to tell him. So I know he's not watching my YouTube videos. He's asking me questions. And it's still there. So there you go. Buzzing. Buzzing. Quit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Just comes right off. Comes right off with the chagrits. Perfect. Perfecto every time, motherfucker. Tighter than a witch's butt. So now we got TTBVI to do. Maybe something else. Oh yeah, I've got some Men in Black Red Spore I was gonna do. That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. Oh yeah, I have to do some ATL7 too, because someone has requested that I do them the honors of producing 16 OZs of sclerotia. Truffles, if you will. Yeah, definitely going to get on. I thought that my HL7 was done. I thought that someone had given away the last one. I thought it was gone. I just found it today. I was like, oh, thank God. But this is my last plate, so I'm like scared to even open it and not put it to agar first. So let's see if I can find another, let me see these. Yeah, I don't trust these ones. Because they're reused, right? For my last plate of ATL7. Let's see. Let me see this one. One sec, guys. Yeah, anyways, guys, I think I'm going to let you go. I can't think of anything else. We covered a lot. Always fun to talk, hang out. Anything else that I'm thinking? Let me think. Let me think. If you guys want to sign up for the grow along, I will allow today to be the last day, whatever day it is I post this. I was going to make it yesterday, which was like the 10th. I don't even know. What's today? I don't even know. Today, when I post this, is the last day to sign up for the grow along. Still people randomly signing up almost every day. But I gotta cut it, you know. I gotta get these grain bags inoculated. I need to know how many people are gonna be there and what it is we gotta do moving forward. I've been doing the tech for the grow along. I've been recording it. I'm gonna be posting that probably the same day that you see this. The fruiting chambers are badass. They're fully automated. I've got the fans hooked up. I cased a tray of B-bar and the true Natalensis yesterday, and I recorded the tutorial the exact same way we're gonna be doing it in the grow along. And super excited to grow these out, guys. We're gonna freaking take over the world with these goddamn mushies. Anyways, much love, guys. BDG, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.